Welcome to Carry On Wisdom by Renee Coaching, turning travel experiences into lessons that help you move forward.
Hello, travel partners. Here's a little carry-on wisdom from a recent travel journey. One morning, I boarded a flight from Huntsville with a connection in Atlanta to Dallas. Before boarding, several of us were told all overhead bins are full. Therefore, we had no choice. We had to check our carry-on bags. It wasn't a suggestion. It wasn't a possibility. It was presented as fact. So we stepped aside. I waited while the gate agents tagged my carry-on and provided me with a verification ticket. I walked down the jetway, left my bag by the door, and walked onto the plane. Wouldn't you know, the first thing I saw was an empty bin? Not a bin with barely enough space to fit another bag, and not a bin where maybe one bag can squeeze in. No, it was a completely empty bin. As I walked to my seat, I noticed more space, more empty bins, more opportunities to keep my belongings with me. In fact, there was enough space for all the bags that had been checked by force. As I made my way down the aisle, without realizing I was standing by a flight attendant, I made this comment under my breath. I said, "What is this? There is plenty of space for more bags." I didn't like what I was seeing, but I said nothing more. I found my row and took my seat. As I settled in place, I noticed the flight attendant reached up and started to close all partially full and empty bins. Now, may I be honest? That action frustrated me because now it wasn't just about the bag. It was about the feeling. In that moment, it didn't feel like a miscalculation. It felt like something else. It felt like deception. But no matter how I felt, nothing changed. The plane would still be leaving, and my carry-on bag would still be checked. As I tried to figure out what may have caused this miscommunication or this miscalculation, why were we given information that wasn't true? Something else showed up in that very moment. A decision. Not about the airline, not about the staff, but about what I was going to carry. I could replay this scenario, the inconsistency, the frustration, the "that didn't make sense" narrative, or I could acknowledge it and leave it right here at my departing gate. The truth is, not everything that disrupts you deserves to travel with you. Sometimes life will hand you moments that feel off, unfair, unnecessary. And you won't always get clarity. You won't always get an explanation. But you will always get a choice. You can carry the moment or you can carry yourself forward. I could have chosen to carry this bag of feeling wronged, or I could choose to sit it aside. I chose to leave it at the gate. In the end, I made it to my destination, and so did my bag. The best part is, I arrived without the extra weight of frustration or feeling deceived. Somewhere between my departing gate and my destination, I realized I didn't have to carry a burden simply because it had been handed to me. I could leave it where I found it. The airline took possession of my carry-on. I chose not to take possession of the office. Sometimes the real baggage isn't what you check, it's what you choose to carry. So the next time life hands you an offense, disappointment, resentment, choose to leave it behind. You are not obligated to carry everything you're given. Learn to leave behind what does not serve your journey. And as you travel through life, remember, pack the lessons, carry the wisdom, and keep moving forward.
We hope you enjoyed today's insight. Remember, wherever life takes you, pack the lesson, carry the wisdom, and keep moving forward.